You and I are here at episode 5 because we need an environment that makes you win. Let's do it. Let's design an environment that makes you successful. There's a truth about change that almost no one talks about. A truth that explains why some people transform effortlessly while others fight the same battles year after year. And the truth is this: your environment is stronger than your willpower. You can have the best intentions, the strongest goals, the clearest vision, but if your environment is pulling you backward, your progress will always feel like swimming against a current. And for a long time, I didn't understand that. I thought my failures were personal. I thought my inconsistency was a character flaw. And I thought my lack of discipline meant something was wrong with me. But nothing was wrong with me. Something was wrong around me. Because your environment is always shaping you quietly, subtly, constantly. It can pull you forward or drag you backward. It can support your identity or sabotage it. And once I understood that, everything changed. And here's how. Quick break. YouTube says that 80% of you guys watch the video but don't like or subscribe. Please do so. By doing that, you help this channel to grow and allow me to bring more content like this to you guys. Okay? I understood that the invisible force around you is the environment. And people think that the environment is neutral. They think their room, their desk, their kitchen, their phone, their habits, their surroundings are just there. But nothing in your environment is neutral. Everything is either friction or flow, resistance or support, a trigger or a trap. That moment, I realized I started seeing my environment differently. I noticed how my phone on my nightstand pulled pulled away, so I don't scroll. The messy desk that made me feel overwhelmed before I started to work. I noticed how junk food in the kitchen made me snack even when I wasn't hungry. I noticed how notification shattered my focus every few minutes. I noticed how clutter made my mind feel heavy. I noticed how noise made my thoughts scatter. And I realized something painful. My environment was designed for the person I used to be, not the person I was trying to become. And as long as that was true, I would always feel like I was fighting myself. So that day came, the day that I redesigned my space. It was a quiet one. When I looked around my room and I asked myself a simple question: does this space help me become who I want to be? And the answer was no. So I started changing things, not dramatically, not all at once, but intentionally. I cleaned my desk, not to make it prettier, but to make it usable. I put my journal where I could see it, not hidden in a drawer. I placed my shoes by the door, not buried in a closet. I put my water bottle on the counter, not behind other things. I moved my phone away from my bed, not within arm's reach. I created a corner for focus, not a corner for distraction. And something strange happened. My behavior changed without forcing it. Because when your environment supports your identity becomes easier to live. Now, what's the problem with that? There's something called friction. One of the biggest lessons I learned is this: if you want to stop a bad habit, add friction. If you want to start a good habit, remove friction. Friction is the difference between doing something and avoiding it. If your phone is next to you, you'll scroll. But if it is another room, you won't. If junk food is in your kitchen, you'll eat it. If it's not there, you won't. If your workout clothes are buried in a drawer, you'll skip the gym. If they are laid out, you'll go. If your workplace is cluttered, you procrastinate. If it's clean, you'll start. Friction is powerful. Friction is invisible. Friction is everything. And once I started designing friction intentionally, my habits became easier than my excuses. So, what's the other way around? We'll now touch the power of flow. Friction is only half the story. The other half is flow. Flow is what happens when your environment makes the right choice, the easy choice. When your journal is open on your desk, you write. When your water bottle is filled and visible, you drink. When your shoes are by the door, you walk. When your workspace is clean, you focus. When your rituals have a home, you show up. Flow is the opposite of resistance. Flow is the path of least effort. Flow is the design of a life that supports you. And once I created flow in my environment, my habits stopped feeling like battles. They became natural, automatic, effortless. Now let's go a little deeper. The environment isn't just physical, it's mental, it's emotional, it's digital. Your phone is an environment. Your social media feed is an environment. Your conversations are an environment. Your thoughts are an environment. And if those environments are toxic, your habits will be too. So I started cleaning those environments as well. I unfollowed accounts that drained me. I mute notifications that distracted me. I limit the noise that overwhelmed me. I protected my attention like it was something sacred, because it is. And slowly, my mind became a place I wanted to live in again. The environment of people is also important. The most important environment, actually. Some people pull you forward, some people hold you back, some people inspire you, some people drain you, some people believe in your growth, some people fear your growth. And I had to make a choice, a painful one. I had to distance myself from people who kept me small, not because they were bad, but because they weren't aligned with who I was. And I had to move closer people who challenged me, who supported me, believed in me, and held me accountable. Because your identity grows fastest in the presence of people who expect you to grow. That's a reality. Your environment is not a background, it's not a backdrop, it's not a passive setting. Your environment is a silent architect, shaping your habits, shaping your identity, shaping your future. Once you design an environment that supports your growth becomes inevitable. But there's one more piece, the final piece, the piece that turns temporary progress into lifelong consistency. Because even with the right identity, even with the right environment, even with the right rituals, you still need a system to maintain momentum. And that's what episode 6 is about, the blueprint for staying consistent for life. When you're ready, meet me here in the final chapter, right here.